Welcome viewers. In this session we are going to do trigonometric identities. So let me tell you what is trigonometric identities. So before starting the trigonometric identities, let us recapitulate the term equation and identity. You know that equation is a statement that asserts the equality of two expressions. That is, let me take for example x plus 9 equals to 15. This is an equation. We are dealing with such type of equation from class 6, class 7, and you are very familiar with this equation. So in this equation, what we found is one variable, that is x, and the constant number 9 and 15. There is one part there, that is, this is our left hand side part, this is our right hand side part, and equality sign is here. So here are two expressions and this is our equality sign. So this is our equation and here variable is x. After solving this equation we get value of x equals to how much? X equals to 15 minus 9 equals to 6. X equals to 6. So this is the value of x for which this equation is satisfied. This equation will not satisfied with the value other than 6. If we take x as 7, then 7 plus 9 will be 16. So there is only one value of x, that is, so that this equation is satisfied. Now let me tell, if an equation is true for all value of the variable involved, then this is called identity. If this equation will be valid for all value of x, this will be the identity. But in identity is also an equation, but when the equation is true for all value of the variable involved, this is called identity. So in the previous class we have also learned about the various identity. You must remember the algebraic identity, which you call the formulas also. So let me write one identities, that is a plus b whole square equals to how much? This equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. This is identity. Why this is identity? Because this is valid for all value of ab. This is valid for all value of ab. Either a is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so on, b will be 0, 1, 2 or so on. Every value, it is valid for every value. Then it is the identity. So now your doubt is clear that what is equation and what is identity. An equation is identity when it is true for all value of the variable involved. And if these variable are trigonometric ratios of angles, then these identities will become the trigonometric identities. So a trigonometric identity is that identities in which our variable are trigonometric ratios of angle, and if it is true for all value of angle involved, that is trigonometric identity. If here a is sin theta, b is cos theta, this will be sin square theta plus 2 sin theta cos theta plus cos square theta. So in this session we are going to derive some trigonometric identities. So while talking about the trigonometry, in our mind it comes the triangle, and since we are dealing with the right angle triangle, so let me draw one right angle triangle and let me name it as ABC. A, B, C. This angle is 90 degree. This angle is angle theta. BC is base. This is our perpendicular P and AB is our hypotenuse. So, in triangle ACB, angle C equals to 90 degree. By Pythagoras theorem, we have what we have. According to Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. That is, AB square equals to BC square plus AC square. Here, this implies AB is hypotenuse square equals to BC is, it is marked as B square plus AC is our P square. H square equals to B square plus P square. This is our Pythagoras theorem. Now, dividing equation 1 by hypotenuse square, we have h square by h square equals to b square plus p square by h square. This implies h square by h square. This is 1 equals to b square by h square plus p square by h square. This implies 1 equals to b by h whole square plus p by h whole square. This implies 1 equals to, you may recall that what is b by h? B by h is the ratio of base to its hypotenuse. So, what is the ratio base by hypotenuse called? It is called here cos B or cos theta. Base by hypotenuse cos theta. That is cos square theta plus P by S. It is the ratio of perpendicular to the hypotenuse. It is our sin theta. This is sin square theta. So this implies cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1. This is our one trigonometric identity. This can be written as equation 2 also. Equation 2. What happens if we divide equation 1 by b square? Again dividing equation 1 by b square, we have what we have? H square by b square equals to b square plus p square by b square. This implies h by b whole square equals to b square by b square plus p square by b square. Now, this equals to h by b whole square equals to, here look here, b square by b square cancel. This equals to 1 plus b by p whole p by b whole square. P by b whole square. This implies h by b. It is the ratio of hypotenuse to the base. What is the ratio of hypotenuse to the base called? It is our sec theta. So sec square theta equals to 1 plus p by b ratio perpendicular by base, that is our tan theta. This is tan square theta. So we have sec square theta equals to 1 plus tan square theta. This is our another trigonometric identity. Again, dividing equation 1 by what is left? P square. P square. We have what we have? H square by P square equals to B square plus P square by P square. This implies S by P whole square plus equals to B by P whole square plus P by P whole square. This implies S by P. What is the ratio? S by P called? S by P. Ratio S by P is our cosec. So cosec square theta equals to B by P. B by P means B by P is our cot square theta plus P square by P square cancel 1. So we have cosec square theta equals to cot square theta. Cosec square theta equals to cot square theta plus 1. So let this is equation 4. So we have basically we have derived 3 trigonometric identities. That is, our first one is cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1. Second one is sec square theta equals to 1 plus tan square theta. Third one is cosec square theta equals to cot square theta plus 1. So using these identities, first one cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1. So using these 3 identities, we can write any trigonometric ratio in terms of another trigonometric ratio. So now we have learned how to derive this trigonometric ratio. So your task is just try to find out these 3 trigonometric ratio by your own self. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe it. Thank you.